In this video, I'm gonna share with you some tricks and some ways that you can save money. Food is the second biggest expense just after housing for most American families. And there are really easy ways that you can save money on your grocery store bill. It all comes down really to eating healthier and making smart decisions on which foods you should buy, the amount of time you should go eating out versus the amount of time you should spend cooking, and just really getting some knowledge on the foods that are good for you, how you can save money on purchasing certain items, like buying bulk or buying when it's on sale. So it's really common knowledge, but a lot of people, they don't really get that education from their parents because they themselves didn't get that education. And certainly school doesn't teach you how to save money on your groceries or how to eat healthy. So with this video, I'm gonna share what I know about eating healthy. So hopefully you guys can learn something from me, because I've been able to decrease my grocery store bill by about 30% in about, I'd say, a year. So let's not waste any more time, and these are the tips that I use when I go grocery shopping. So a really quick tip number one is you shouldn't go grocery shopping if you're hungry. Now you're gonna spend a lot more money if you're hungry in the grocery store. And the owners of grocery stores know this. That's why when you first enter a grocery store, you will notice the fresh smell of bread in the bakery, or you will be right next to the deli section with all the processed food and fried chicken and all that stuff. That really gets you excited and ready to spend your money and overeat, because the goal for the owners of the grocery stores is to make you fill up your cart as much as possible. But you're wiser than this since you're watching this video. It's gonna be 10 times easier to just skip the junk and just buy the healthy stuff and buy just what you need versus what you want if you simply go when you're not hungry. So just make sure that you eat something before you go to the grocery store. And that's just a mistake that most people do that make them overspend money in the grocery store. Next, you want to make sure you make a list. Making a list is really simple. You just go in your fridge and in your pantry, you just open up the doors, you check which items you have, which you don't have, and you just buy the stuff that you know you will need in the next week or 2 weeks. So that way everything's nice and organized. You don't have to go in the grocery store a couple of times every single week, because that's a waste of time and you're more likely to overspend on things you don't need when you do that. So just make a short list of the essentials that you need. Alright, next you want to make a food budget, and that's very important. The same way you would do a budget for your car, for the gas and stuff, or you would do a budget for the housing expenses, then you should put a category on in your budget that is dedicated to food. And that's eating out and the groceries. Making a budget makes it really easy to stick to the amount of money you're gonna put into your food for the week. That way you don't have to think about how much you're spending. A nice little tip is that the most expensive items in your grocery store are usually at eye level, which means that if you're not looking up and down, then you're not seeing all the options you have. So if you're just looking straight ahead in all the aisles, then you're gonna buy the most expensive things available. And you're also not gonna buy the healthiest options, because obviously the more processed, sugary foods are placed at eye levels. So when you're searching for products in the aisles, make sure you look up and down, left and right, so you see all the options you have. And you will then compare the price of each one. Also, you should know the layout of your store. In most grocery stores, the essentials like milk and eggs are put at the end of the grocery store. That way you have to quite literally make a maze, do the maze to get to the essentials, because the more you spend time in the grocery store, the more likely it is that you're gonna buy some junk that you don't need and you're gonna overspend on your grocery bill. So just skip right ahead to the essentials at the back of the store and don't spend that much time in the aisles, because the aisles are usually where the processed crap stuff is that you don't really want to put in your body, and that really costs a lot when you add it up. So really don't spend that much time in the aisles, as much as on the outskirts of the grocery stores when there's plenty of fruits and vegetables, where there's the meat, the eggs, the milk, and all that kind of good stuff that you want to put in your body. Also, quick side note, just besides the registers, there's all that junk that people usually buy off of emotions. Or really don't spend any time at all looking at this stuff. Next little tip is to buy generic instead of brand names. And generic brands are usually just the same manufacturers as the brand names. They're all the same quality, they're the same taste, except that the price is lower because there's no branding on the package. And you should use that to your advantage. Most package items in the generic brand are 30% cheaper than their brand item counterpart. When you're buying fruits and vegetables, it can be really tempting to buy these little packaged fruits and vegetables, but at the end of the day, they're marked up at about 300% of their actual costs. And also you're creating a lot of pollution with your plastic waste. So it's a lot better for you and the environment if you just buy the vegetables and fruits and you cut them up yourself. So if you follow these quick tips I just shared with you, then I'm sure you can expect to spend a lot less money in the grocery store, and you will actually have better health overall if you're buying fruits and vegetables and less processed crap. And I really sincerely hope you got value. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.